Hey everybody, it's Heidi. Welcome back. Or if you've never been here before and you just stumbled blindly upon me, welcome completely. Words today haven't been working for me. I probably shouldn't be even attempting a video at all, but what the heck, let's do it, right? I wanted to get a video in before the holidays and everything got crazy, so I hope this finds you completely done with all your Christmas prep, shopping, everything's wrapped, all the food's bought, and you're just sitting back stitching and laughing despite it all, waiting for all the festivities to begin. Because I'm nowhere near that. I think all the presents for the most part for immediate family are taken care of, so friends and co-workers and whatnot, should any of you be watching, well, you're going to get New Year's gifts, I think. So I still love you. You can forgive me and I'll do better next year. so yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying some good stitching time. It's winter, it's cold, let's stitch, right? I'm going to be looking at my notes here, and my notes are a little old. I wrote these down last week, and then life got turned upside down this week, so it is what it is. First up, I want to say thank you very much to Beth, Red Cross Stitcher. If you haven't found her yet, please go check her out. She is delightful. She was one of my table mates at the retreat in October at Myrtle Beach, and she does a little bit of everything, quilting, cross stitch. She's a super wonderful human being. Go check her out. She did a shout out, as well as she helped me figure out in-hand stitching, and I'll get to that after my quick life update. So, right after we got back, I think that I got back from the retreat, we'd been seeing a stray cat around, and he decided he was going to adopt us. All black cat, super sweet, super chatty. Made an appointment to get him shots, and so we could get him all fixed up and whatnot, because he was still intact. And a few days before his appointment, he got really sick. Wasn't eating, super high fever. 2 trips to the urgent care later, found out he was positive for feline parvovirus. Pretty much life or death. Had to take him to Virginia Tech Small Animal Hospital, and they did a great job. Had him for a few days, IV fluids, antibiotics, and got him slowly feeding again. We get him back the week before Thanksgiving, and he was eating better by the time I had to leave to go to Ohio. And so he fully recovered. He was doing great. Made the appointment again so he could get his shots, because they wanted us to wait a few weeks before we did vaccines. He was getting pretty much into the routine with the rest of my fat and lazy cats. I open a window for them. They go out during the day, pretend that they stalk birds and squirrels, and come in at night and sleep with the rest of us. So he'd be the first one out in the morning, and he'd usually show up around noon, or some 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and hang out. And so he was getting the rhythm of it. December 7th or 8th was the last we saw him. He went out that morning and never came back. I did all the things. I posted on the Lost and Found pages on Facebook, and talked to all the neighbors, and been around the neighborhood several times calling for him and looking up in the trees, seeing if he got treed. Who knows, right? I'm hoping that maybe he's just out tomcatting around, and then he'll come back someday. Because he was a super sweet cat, and he survived 10 months on his own, not being a coyote treat, so I'm hoping he still is. So, week before Thanksgiving, I went to Ohio, took Mom to a couple doctor's appointments, was going to get her packed up, and down here she was going to spend Christmas with us, or Thanksgiving, whatnot, most of December with us, then go to my sister's in Tennessee for Christmas, and then Holly was going to take her back home sometime in January. That was plan A. Sunday before we were going to leave, the Monday before Thanksgiving, she was just super puny, very weak, a lot of nausea. Took her to the hospital, and they admitted her for heart failure. I stayed through Thanksgiving with her there, so then she had, diuresed her and whatnot, and then it was clear she needed rehab. She was, again, very weak. And she kind of went through this in August. She spent a few weeks in rehab, got her strength back, was able to go home just fine. So that's kind of where we thought we were going to be. After a couple weeks in rehab, again, issues with her breathing, more of a respiratory failure than a heart failure thing. So she went back to the hospital for a few days, came back out last week. Her birthday was Friday. She turned 81. We got her some nice flowers and whatnot, and I spoke to her Saturday. And my sister spoke to her Sunday, and Monday morning she passed. So, been a crappy week. I wish I were more eloquent, and I could tell you what a wonderful human being she was. But I'm not. So, just like anyone who's been through this, I hope that you were blessed like me and you had the best mom in the world. So, what do you do with that? We've decided to do cremation, and then we'll do a celebration of life later after the holidays, so we aren't interrupting other people's travel plans and whatnot. We know she would have totally understood that. Mom never wanted any attention called to herself for anything. She would have hated that this happened at this time. So that's what we're doing. We're going to take time to be with each other. So Russ and I are leaving tomorrow for Tennessee to spend Christmas with my sister and her family. And I'm very much looking forward to that. And then Holly and I will probably head home to Ohio next week or the week after that. We haven't really decided what's going on yet to finalize things and go from there. So anyone that's lost family close to holidays, and it doesn't matter when, the holidays bring up all the memories. So I am right there with you. I'm here for you, and I love you. I wish you the best, and we're going to get through it. So, I am super hopeful that next video, which I assume will be January, hopefully earlier January than not, will just be cross stitch. Nothing dramatic, nothing crazy. What a concept. Wouldn't that be nice? I hate that I get to dump this stuff on y'all, and bless you for even listening. So, instead of just fast forwarding and going, oh, Jesus, here's Heidi and her crazy shit. Get to the cross stitch. I get it. Totally. But, so, while I was home with Mom, I took a couple projects to work on, and I have a finish. What? For two reasons, I think. I had a lot of extra time, and I didn't have a reason to be distracted. So, I had a lot of time to stitch. And like I alluded to earlier, I started some in-hand stitching with this particular project. When we were at the retreat, Beth was stitching in hand and kind of went over it with me and Nikki and was like, I just need to figure it out. I was sitting at home, at my mom's, and, her chair isn't my chair. We're all used to our little stitchy spot and how we have everything set up. And it just was not working. I was uncomfortable as hell. My sister and I laughed because our parents had, I think, the oldest couch in Ohio. And I absolutely believe the most uncomfortable couch in Ohio. So that rules out the couch for ever sitting anything on but laundry as far as I'm concerned. And maybe a couple pillows. But so I was sitting in her chair, which is not much more comfortable than that damn couch. And anyways, I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't get decent light. So I'm like, I'm going to take this damn thing out of the frame and see how it goes. And it was so much easier. And once I figured out, that you have to kind of think one step ahead as to where your needle's going to pull it back up through, It wasn't too bad. So, you know, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So, give it a try. There's a bunch of videos on how to do it, or just kind of, I don't know, wing it. That's kind of what I did. Anywho, it was a game changer. It made it so much quicker. I think, you know, that's what really helped with this particular project, so I could get it finished. After I finished that, the only other project I had with me was the memories. The memories one is either a 40, I think it's 40 count, or 46. And stitching in hand with that, at least with the light that I had and the needles that I had, wasn't going to work. So maybe with a finer needle and better light, I might be able to do it. Otherwise, 36 count, 32 count, whatever, the higher counts or the higher, bigger numbers, bigger counts, I think very easy to do. So if you're thinking about trying it, you've never tried it before, get you a 32, 36, or 16, 18 Ada, and give it a try. What you got to lose, right? You mess it up, you frog it out like everything else. We're going to screw it up at some point. So I highly recommend it. So while I'm speaking of it, here's the project. It's ink circles after the roses. Ta-da! Sorry, it's a little wrinkled. But there she is. I fell in love with this one because of those colors. You know? Not super springy, kind of winter, kind of fall. She's going to look real good on that wall, isn't she, someday? Don't hold your breath on the fully finished. It might go in my retirement pile. It's like someday when I'm retired, I'll have time to finish all of these, or fully finish all of these. But this was done on 32 count sand, and it was 2/2. So it was pretty, like I said, it was very simple. At first, when you started it, I thought the tension was a little tricky, but the threads laid fine. I didn't do, you know, the railroading and whatnot. It didn't seem like I needed it. So once you got the trick of how long or how far, how much tension you were putting on it, stitches look fine, honestly. So I could do a close-up, but eh. You know, you wouldn't really notice much of a difference. It's not like I'm some pristine stitcher anyways. I was just thrilled to have a finish. But anyway, so there's my one finish for the, I don't know, year. Seems like several months since I've had a finish. Certainly on like linen as opposed to like a Mill Hill kit. Yeah, I finished some of those, but those are much easier. So there's that. What else? Oh, I had a new start. I started the, I think I told you about it before when I first got it, or maybe 2 videos ago. I don't remember. It's the Evertote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery Holiday Stitch Along. Longest title ever, right? So, pardon me, cat fur. I ordered it back in the spring. It wasn't the first one they've done. And I think they delivered it like fairly early, July, August of this year. And it came in a box, of course, and like every day you get a little baggie with the card of the, I'm sorry, Felix. On here. Tweet, tweet. I'll open this one up. As you can see, I'm 15 days in. And you get a little card of what that part of the pattern is. They have something neat on the front. And sometimes they will tell you about different YouTube events they're doing on their respective channels and whatnot. It's been cute. And then every day on Evertote's YouTube channel, she would post a video going over what exactly it was. And then, you know, there's that clear in the back. It's just that particular one for the day. As well as, oh, this one has something extra. Usually, We just get the thread that's associated with whatever that particular icon is to stitch for the day. But this time we got some goodies. I think earlier we did too. So they try to give you a little sugar buzz so you can keep going. But anyways, it's been a lot of fun so far. The flosses have been very easy to use, very pretty colors. Let me put this up and I'll show you what I got. Here's her flosses so far. Very pretty. Cute names. And I'm not taking it out of the frame, but you'll see most of it. This is where I'm at so far. 15 days in, what I have left to do if this gold is around here. And what I've seen, a lot of people have been posting stuff on Instagram as they have been much better and actually are up to date. These little things, little pink things here, those turn into birds. And there's urns down here holding the plants. So it'll be interesting to see how they finish off these little things, like the little poinsettia type things at the top. Very pretty, very neat. I like it. An interesting mix of colors. It's not necessarily what you'd think, so I can't wait to see how they finish it out. And for me to be on the 15th day on the 20th of December, I think that might be a Christmas miracle. So I'm looking forward to keep working on this. Hopefully I'll have it finished by the end of the month. It goes 1 through 25. So it ends on Christmas Day. And highly recommend it. If I assume they'll probably do another one next year. I think on her first video they said there was over 600 of these that went out that were ordered. So that's huge, ladies and gentlemen. That's great. I'm glad. It was a lot of fun. For me, this is my very first stitch along. I kind of like the fact that you get the little mystery part of it, and you get to open up something every day. You know, that's kind of cool. I've seen a lot of other Instagram and Flosstube folks that have had various 12 Days of Christmas type concepts, and it's been fun to watch. So I'll have to keep an eye out. Maybe if I do this one again next year, or find another one just to change it up, I would definitely do it again sometime. Maybe if it's not next year, I'll definitely some other time. So highly recommend it. Check it out. So I believe it's Evertote Holiday Sal. I don't know what the hashtag is without looking, but I've definitely seen several people posting out there about it. So go to their site and check it out on Evertote. And they will surely have something up probably by February of next year for next winters. So that's my new start. And I guess the first day came with I'm doing that on 40 count, so I'm doing it 1/2. They gave us a needle binder and a little ornament, kind of give you a preview of what's going on there. So very neat. Nice little mementos. And of course this is my Christmas needle minder. Isn't he cute? I got him at Barefoot Needle Arts when I was down there for the retreat. There's the word. Whew, I need to go sit in a corner and stitch, not have to make any decisions for a while. So that was my finish. That was my new start. My other whips, if I can get Felix off of them. I didn't wake him up. Oh, it's nice and warm. Sorry, I usually have all these pulled out, so bear with me. It is Silver Creek Samplers, Freedom Reigns. I've been working on this one for a while. I started it this past year, but I thought now that I'm trying the stitching in hand with these higher counts, this is done on 32 count Shrekie's Tan, 2/2. I'm like, hey, some of these smaller ones with the higher, I shouldn't say higher counts, bigger counts. I'm gonna just keep going. And I have made a bunch of progress with this too. Thank you for the enhanced stitching. Anyway, sorry, it's a hot mess because it was on the Q-snap until recently. I just have not ironed it out. But here we go. Most of that because it's, you know, solid stuff right there. And I tried to do some in the car this past weekend when we were going to the Epperson Christmas in Richmond. Might not have been my best idea. Got some done. Again, the lighting kind of sucks. But yeah, there's that. And before, I'm telling you, I had none of this was done, filled in at all. So I filled in all of this, I filled in all of this, and got all of this done. So, for 2 or 3 sittings, that's pretty good. We'll take it. So I'm hoping maybe by the next video, depending on how much stitching time I get between now and then, of course, might be done. Let's think happy thoughts. Again, that's 32 count, 2/2, using all the called for stuff. Oh yeah, this is my 3rd Mania start this year. So I started it in May. And there's the flosses. Pretty. I like all the Silver Creek stuff. She has just a very cute look. Simple design. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubby. Still didn't wake him up. Man. My next life, I want to come back as my own cat. I'm sure I've said that before. I'm sure that's impossible, but hey, maybe not. Pardon me as I ramble today. Anyways, next up on the whips is the Memories of the Past that I was telling you about. Do I have the card? This is Memories of the Past. Hands across the sea. Fell in love with that border like I do virtually all my big girl projects. It's the border that just totally says, yep, shut up and take my money, because you're going to be working on me for 100 years. And it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. There's the card. All right. Nope, this is 40 count. Newcastle Platinum. So, and I started this August 15th of this year. And this is all just the called for DMC. I had one of these Maker Susan thread organizer card. So, ta-da! DMC stuff. I don't know if I like these or not. Kind of makes it a mess to carry it around. It works. Let me know. You like those better than floss drops or no? It has its good and bad, I should say. But love this pattern. I can see this making the trip to Tennessee with me. Again, let's work on something nice and springy with a pretty purple. Here we go. This is how far I am on it. I think the first page, well into the second page with the birds there. Again, love the border. There is a misprint in the book that's listed, and this is why you read the directions before you start, because I jacked that up and didn't bother picking it out. Basically, it's right up here where, see how this little lavender flower is over one block? Well, that's the way it's printed. So, but I actually emailed Nicola, and she got right back to me, and bless her, because I know that woman is busy. Always going somewhere. And she referred me to her site, and I didn't realize that one of the other tabs under each project did list any of the print issues. So, stupid me, again, not paying attention and not being aware. So if you have a hands across the sea chart that you find, wait a minute, and it does kind of repeat itself a couple different places where you can tell, wait a minute, that's you know how it is. A flower's not going to be right up against a vine, except for where it attaches. If it doesn't look right, check her site. Pull up the individual project, and then there's like 2 little tabs at the top right where kind of, you know, where you can order it, like count, you know, amount 1, whatever. If I remember, that's pretty much where it was, and that's where they have any of the any known print issues already listed, and you can print off the whatever, you know, the little, or you'll see the little block of where it's jacked up. You can print it off. I know that wasn't said very well, but bear with me today, kids. I'm sorry. So that was neat. Got that figured out. Anything else? Oh, one more. And Felix is really on this one. Here, you want to see him? He's pretty cute when he's asleep. Look at him. Oh, you're so sweet, Felix. Anyway. Sorry for all the junk on my little couch back there. Anyways, and I'm crooked. Yay. Try not to wake the old boy up. Sorry. Last project to show you. I'm hoping in January again. I'll put it this way. When I go to Tennessee, I need to pack today. And I'm feeling ambitious. I think I'm going to pack up most of my cross-stitch stuff. At least patterns and all my bags and whatnot, and go through them. I'd like to kit up what I have. I know there's like 4 or 5 projects I've bought that I have the floss for, but it's like scattered all over hell's half acre here. And so I need to get it together and figure out what I have, what I don't have, and go from there. Because it's time to get organized, right? January is get your stuff, get your poop in a group, kids. That's January. So I figured to get a start on that, and then in January I'll do a whip parade like everybody else. Because who doesn't love January whip parades? I know I do. And now maybe even a kit parade. So if I can get all my stuff together, it'll be part of, hey, this is what I want, hoping to start, or maybe definitely have the top 5 picked out for Mania starts, and or New Year, new start, birthday start, whatever. I know the Just Keep Stitching ladies, Pam and Steph and others, have been showing like the New Year's Eve 12 for 12. I worked New Year's Eve this year. I don't think that's going to be feasible. Hospital might frown on me stitching halfway through the shift. So, or at least, I'm sorry, please stand by. It's a new hour. I need to go stitch. I would love to be able to do that. So maybe next year, I don't work New Year's, I'll do the 12 for 12, because that seems, it's pretty intriguing to me. And man, would you have to be hyper organized. God bless you all out there that are planning on doing that, because I might be more organized than I could get. But I'm willing to try, because I'm weird like that. Anyways, so this is my last whip to show you. You've seen it before. 100,000 other people are doing it. Land that I love. Teresa Kogu. And again, I've switched to in-hand stitching this one too. Have not ironed this bad boy. And since I switched to in-hand, that whole thing has been finished. As well as I had a little bit on those strawberries to mess with, and that part of the border right there. But yeah, she's one of my big girls. There we go. I believe she's over halfway. What? Heck yeah. Love it. This was stitched on, where's my card? Oh, there it is. Sorry for the delay. This is on 32 count tin roof with all the called for goodies. And I'm doing 2 over 2, of course. And I started this I just had it, I think last May. Yep. Yes, not this past May. 22. May of 22. So I'm already a year into it. I should be 50% done, right? Good gravy. Okay. So that's this one. Gosh, that's so pretty. What a beautiful motif. Sorry, I'm stuck on that. So cute. Love the colors. Pretty much love anything Teresa does. Have like half her patterns, so. Like we all say, need about 14 lifetimes. Or 50-hour days. Whichever one we can maneuver would be great. To get all the goodies done. And then before we know it, you know, it's going to be market again, and we're all going to be oohing and ahhing, and add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. And then your stash bucket's like this. What do you do with that? It's ridiculous. It's all right. It's perpetual. We could be doing worse stuff, ladies and gents. We could have bigger problems, right? Than spending money on stitchy stuff. I do have a little bit of haul. Pardon me as I get really up close and personal. And try not to knock everything on the floor. I think I told you about these on the last video, but I didn't have them. They were buried. So this is one of my local stitch, my local stitch group ladies, Sarah. She does her own fabric. She started that recently. And so the last time I was able to go, a couple, 3 months ago, she had a bunch of it there. So I was like, ooh. So, I don't know. Am I going to get a lot of glare? Might be able to. Check her out. She's Millennial Stitchers. I've mentioned her before. She does have a YouTube. But if you follow her on Instagram and whatnot, she does have a Fabric of the Month Club. I can't remember the details of it off the top of my head, so I would just go to her Facebook or Instagram. I think she's more on, well, no, I've seen her post on both, on specifics for that if you're interested. For the most part, I think she does, there's Even Weave, Monaco. That's what I got. She has a bunch of Ada too. So she has an interesting mix of different types of fabric. And this is 28 count Harmony. Let's see. I took it out of the bag here. You can see that? It's pretty much right on. It's kind of a green gray, more green than gray. And folding is not my forte. Here is a 28 Even Weave Mystic Fog. Let's see that's about right. Very pretty blue-gray. There's one called Moonstone. Wisteria. That could go either way. Either a Halloween or a spring project would look gorgeous on that. And speaking of spring, kiwi fruit. This one makes me smile. Pretty color. So, if you're interested in any of those, she had a bunch of other colors. I think her and her husband do it. And they're both adorable, sweet, kind, good people. I like spending money with good people. So, check her out. All right, I had seen this done at, or started at the retreat and fell in love. And I bought fabric for it from Barefoot Needle Art. And I finally got, because of course, I think when I went shopping there the night before the retreat, I know I looked at them, but I was like, you know how it is, until you see it stitched. And you're like, all right, gotta have it. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Beach Boardwalk series. At the time I got these, they only had 4. I think they're up to 6 or 7 now. Not entirely certain. So this is the boardwalk sign. Isn't that cute? And of course, you put them all together and you'll see they have, this is the surf shop. This cute little flags going along the top for a border. It's really cute. And this is the bike shop. And the ice cream shop. So, that might be my New Year, New Start, actually. Because I did buy all the floss for that. Because why not? I also found, when I was home with Mom, I stopped by, why can't I think of any names today? Craft Gallery, duh, over in Findlay. She's been around forever. Her and her husband own this shop, and I was kicking around, and they had the Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, the Peppermint Lane series, which I bought when I was down in Alabama. Or started. I thought I had all of them between the shops that I visited there, and of course there was one that I was missing. Found it. So, finished that off. Have the threads, most of the threads for it are right there. Also found, because you know, they're looking for fabric, so that's why I got patterns too. Because, you know, why not? Rosewood Manor. Autumn Quaker. I don't know if I showed y'all this one before or not, honestly. I may have. But it's gorgeous. Can't wait to start. That might be a mania start too. That's about the time you start thinking about fall, right? At the end of spring. Anyways, found this one, Christmas Sentiment, Stony Creek. And I got all the fabric. I did get fabric for that. And the floss. And the beads. At least the beads that I could find. That looks like a more simple, straightforward Christmas stitch. Famous last words. And of course another Rosewood Manor. I don't think I'd seen this one before, or it just didn't catch my eye. Cornwall Cottage Sampler. Again, it's the border. Because she's a big girl. Like I need another one. But she's with me now. They were having a sale on some fabric. Fat quarters and bags. Of course I dug through that. And this is just, all it says is 40 count fat quarter. Looking for any other identifying markers, but not really. Some mottled. Looks similar to that tin roof, but maybe not quite as bluish. Got some green in it. But, you know I'll use it for something. This one is Lyrebird Dell. Am I saying that right? Fox and Rabbit. It's a 40 count. When I saw this, of course I didn't pull it, but the one Mirabella that I bought recently this past summer, it's a mermaid. I believe she's going to go on that. What a beautiful color. Blue-green. She's going to be pretty. Sorry, wasn't smart enough to pull the design for it. Nor am I smart enough to figure out how to say, here it is. So, keep saying one of these days I'll figure that out. We'll see. This one is another 40 count. Picture This Plus Fog. Got a fat quarter of this. This is what I'm going to use for the Cornwall Cottage. Put that together. I'm going to use it for that. I think that'll be pretty. And this one is another 40 count R&R Legionnaire Latte. Probably going to use that for the Christmas one. This is what I get when I get all tidy-hidey before I should. I gotta pull this stuff out again. So that's going to go on there. I think that'll be pretty. I went a little bit darker so I could see the snowflakes better. I thought that was almost a little too white, what they were working with there. Could be the picture, you know how it distorts things. Hard to say. I also got a couple little, like sparkly things, like everybody else, easily distracted. Just little goodies to put on the floss rings. Has a little sheep. You see the sheep butt? There you go. Cute. And then this one, like the pretty blue. What does it say? Oh, it says Mary on it. And then flip it. I like these little gizmos. I hadn't really seen them to buy much. I'm probably just looking in the wrong place. And then when the Stitch Along came, they had one of these for your floss. Again, spoke too soon. These little gizmos, rings. I'm like, huh. That looks a lot simpler to deal with. Because some of the rings I've gotten recently, man, it takes more coordination. I got to hold my tongue just right and push it together to get it to work. I thought, well, maybe these will be better. Amazon will hook you up, ladies. Go get you some. And at least they're different colors. And you just, twist, and you got it. Untwist. It's just a screw. For those of you that hadn't seen these before, because I had not. Because some days I don't pay attention. What are they called? Yep. Nothing you want to read there. It's very informative. I'm sure they have an official word name. Anybody knows what they are, throw them in the comments for everybody else. It was a few dollars for like a pack of 20. So by all means, easier for anybody with lower hand strength or whatever. Because like I said, sometimes just the regular clasp rings, I think some are definitely better than others. So anyways, looking forward, I did figure out my Whip Go board. For those of you that have sat through all these before, you'll know that I went stupid hog crazy last year thinking, woo, that first Whip Go was super easy. I'd started it in like July of 22 and got all the way through it by the end of the year and thought, well, geez, if I can do 1 in 6 months, surely I could do 3 in a whole year. Because I ain't real bright. Needless to say, that didn't go very far. And it crashed and burned a long time ago. So, I'm going to do 1 this year. Learn my lesson. And I just put the name of the projects on there. And the goal is to have 500 actual stitches of these projects. I think I currently only have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 16, 17 whips. So, of course, this is a 5x5 board. And this is, I just listed the, I'll put the numbers in as she calls them. This is a 25 square board, so since you don't have 25 projects, I just put my big girls in there, more at least once, or at least twice, I should say. Like Consider the Lilies and Let Freedom Ring, Village Bookstore, my total coverage one, and Haid, whatever you want to call it. So that's all I'm going for. Nothing crazy. I'm still going to follow my normal draw the stick with the project on it, get 1,000 stitches on it, 1,000 blocks checked off from the pattern, however I get that done. And at least that's what, if you've been with me, that's just what I do. That's how I kind of cycle through the projects and get stitches in as much as possible and try to get as many done in a month as I can, just to change it up, because I'm a Gemini and, you know, squirrel. I can't just do one. I get a little too bored. Need to look at some different colors, that type of thing. So those are my plans. Like I said, on the next video, I hope to have a whip parade and or a kit parade. I promise to take things out of the Q-snaps. If I'm really good, I might actually even iron them so you can see them. What a concept. So looking forward to seeing all your whip parades. Looking forward to seeing all your cool stuff you're working on in your Instagram. And I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And love everybody. And I love all of you. It's been a wonderful year. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for tolerating my craziness. And I look forward to doing it all again soon. Alrighty? Y'all take care. Bye.